Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'll be sharing a story with you. Our movie begins with a bunch of police vehicles transporting some criminals. Soon, the police reach a deserted area with a plane waiting. The police then guide the 7 criminals into the aircraft. Inside, the colonel warns them not to do anything on the plane or they will face serious punishment. After that, the colonel puts on some headphones and the plane leaves for its destination. However, when the plane is in the air, the criminals picks open their handcuffs and start attacking the police soldiers on board. It is revealed that all 7 criminals are deadly women. They easily take out the soldiers and the colonel. One of the criminals then take over the plane and flies it. As they are flying, the criminals start sharing their background. One of the criminals, called Leah, reveals that she is a world champion kickboxer who got sent to prison after she saw a bunch of guys trying to take advantage of a girl one night. She easily takes the bad guys out and ends up assassinating 2 of them. This led to her arrest in prison. Another criminal named Maggie then shares that she used to be a special forces soldier in the Korean army, but she later got arrested by the police after she had shared military secrets to bad guys for money. Suddenly, the plane starts facing turbulence. Everyone tries to get the plane back up in the air, but it soon crashes into a deserted island in the middle of nowhere, leaving the women stranded. One of the women, named Natasha, gets injured in the crash, so another woman called Hana, who's a university doctor from Japan, goes to check on her. She tells everyone that Natasha's injuries isn't life-threatening and will be fine. Maggie then decides to take charge and tells everyone that they should explore the island and find shelter. After trekking for hours, night falls, so the girls build a fire while Hana uses some plants around the place to treat Natasha's wound. Everyone then asks Hana how she ended up in prison, so she tells them that she had sold illegal drugs in order to feed her 3 children. Later, the girls fall asleep, but suddenly they get awakened by some tribal noises. The girls get confronted by some tribal jungle men, and they all get captured and sent into a cage made by the jungle men. The men then try to take 2 of the women away, but Leah, the champion kickboxer, takes them out with her kicks. She then steals the key, unlocks themselves, and escapes. However, while they are running away, some jungle men attack them, but the girls easily take them out. But just as they are about to take out all of the men, the leader of the tribe, Tiger, shoots a bullet at one of his men, assassinating him. Out of fear, the girls stop their attacks, and Tiger orders his men to take the women away. The next morning, Tiger, who is now in normal clothes, invites the girls into a lavish feast. Having not eaten for a long time, the girls immediately start eating the food around them. Tiger sees this and is delighted by this. He then notices Maggie not eating, so he offers some food to her, but she doesn't eat anything and asks him who he is. Tiger reveals that he used to be a pilot 6 years ago, but while transporting some items one day, his plane lost control and he crash landed on the island. He then got attacked by the tribal men, but ended up being their leader as he had a gun which could murder them at any time. One of the girls, named Anji, then asks if he will set them free after this meal, but Tiger takes out a soccer ball instead. He tells them that if they win a game of soccer, he will let them go. However, if they lose, they have to be his slaves forever. Although not knowing how to play soccer without any choice, the girls unwillingly accepts the game, but Maggie asks for a day to prepare for it, and Tiger agrees. In the night, the girls start discussing about the game, but one of them, named Angelina, tells them that they should try to escape instead, as being good at soccer in a day is impossible. Maggie then tells the group that Tiger crash landed on the island. This means his plane is still around on the island. However, Hannah tells them that it is impossible to get to the plane as they can't even get out of the cage they are in. So, Natasha comes up with an idea and uses her beauty to attract the men guarding. The 2 men get mesmerized by her and enters the cage, but just then, the other girls knock them out and everyone leaves. While escaping, the girls get ambushed by Tiger once again. He gets mad as they had broken their trust, so he asks them to volunteer 4 girls to be assassinated by him. However, no one responds, so he randomly aims the gun at one of them. But just before he fires it, Maggie tells him that if he were to eliminate so many people, they won't have enough members to play soccer the next day. Looking forward to the game, Tiger keeps his gun, but ends up taking 4 random girls back with him to take advantage of them as punishment. After he had his fun, he takes the girls back to their cage and throws soccer uniforms on the ground for their game tomorrow. Bro is just crazy about this soccer game. Tiger then leaves the cage and performs a ritual with a soccer ball. Bro is cray-cray. The next day, the girls get ready for their life and death soccer game. When they arrive, Tiger tells them that he is the referee and immediately begins the game. With their overwhelming strength and speed, the men easily knock down the girls and score their first goal, making Tiger very happy. As the game continues, the girls once again gets wiped out with the ball, kicked by the men, thus losing another goal to them. Soon, the men are up by 4 goals. Realizing they can't play nice, the girls start using their fighting skills to get a lead on the men. Not long, they catch up in score and both teams tied at 4 goals, making Tiger worried. So in order not to lose, he gives Leah a yellow card for unnecessarily attacks on the men. The girls start questioning how come the men are allowed to hurt them but they are not allowed to. Tiger tells them that the men are not using their bodies as weapons like them and are only accidentally knocking them over due to their massive size. The game continues, and with the new rule of no direct violence, the girls start losing to the men once again. Soon, the sky darkens, so Tiger puts the game on hold with the girls with a score of 4 goals and the men with 6. He tells everyone the game will resume tomorrow and informs them that whichever team reaches 10 goals first will be the winner. He then tells his men to open up a bunch of coconuts for the girls and they rush to drink it. Just then, Maggie sees a sword on the ground and quickly hides it underneath the sand before they get taken away. The men then bring them to the waterfall to have a bath, but during so, Maggie sees Hannah making some poison with some plants and takes her away. At night, while the girls are sleeping, Tiger wakes them up by firing a gun. He then asks his men to tie Maggie and Hannah up. He tells them that he knows about their plan to use poison to drug his players, so they would pass out in the game and win. He punishes them by whipping both the girls and warns them to not try anything tomorrow. If not, he will take them out with his gun. Tiger locks them up in the cage and leaves. The next morning, the girls return to the soccer field and the match continues. With a new strategy at play, the girls quickly score their first goal, and then 3 more later on. This makes Tiger anxious, so he secretly uses his eyes to signal his players to do something. The men implement a new strategy and soon catches up to the girls, with both teams tied at 9 goals. With the last goal remaining, the girls give it their all against the huge men, but unfortunately, they end up still losing. After an evil laugh, Tiger orders his men to take the girls away and claim their prizes. But just then, Maggie, who had hidden the sword yesterday, takes it out and threatens Tiger with Angelina as hostage. With Maggie's Special Forces background, she reveals that Angelina is actually Tiger's girlfriend, where she was tasked by Tiger to rig their plane to crash into the island so that Tiger can have new female slaves to have fun with. This is also why Tiger is always one step ahead of the girls at whatever they do. Maggie then blackmails Tiger to let them go by threatening his girlfriend's life, but Tiger, who doesn't care, shoots Angelina. So Maggie throws the blade at him and it slashes his hand off. The girls quickly escape, but they all soon get captured by the men once more. At night, Tiger ties all the girls up and decides to set them on fire. But just then, one of the girls who had escaped comes in with a machine gun and shoots the men. She then passes the gun to the other girls and soon a shootout breaks out. The girls easily take out all the men, but Tiger escapes. But not wanting any more casualties, the girls decide not to chase after Tiger and go into hiding. The next day, the girls get awakened by Tiger's plane, so they quickly chase it down and fires at it. With the fury of bullets, the plane crashes in the trees. However, the girls are saddened by this, as now they have no way of leaving the island. Just then, they spot Tiger's man-made raft and uses it to escape. After traveling for hours, they end up on a new island. Thinking they are safe, the girls happily lie on the sand and passes out. The movie ends with a dinosaur waiting for them to awaken. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss our next video.